Your Highness, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar, Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, distinguished heads of states and government, dear friends, I would like to cordially welcome you all to this very unique summit. Rarely has there been a more crucial time for us to come together and to advance global cooperation. The fact that there is such a strong participation here is a remarkable testament of your commitment to meet global challenges in a more inclusive and in a more sustainable way. Gathered here are more than 400 participants from over 60 countries, including 8 heads of state or government, over 130 business leaders, many people from academia, and more than 100 public representatives, with most of the G20 countries, for example, represented here. But specifically, I would like to express my deep appreciation to His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar. Your Highness, the vision you have set for Qatar has been a key driver behind the significant increase in this country's economic and political global engagement, and as a positive force in international diplomacy and reconciliation. All this while maintaining the traditional and cultural values of an Arab and Islamic nation. On behalf of all of you, I want to particularly welcome dignitaries who honor us with their presence this evening. First of all, Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, member of the Foundation Board, and I will have the pleasure to welcome you in a moment here on the stage. I would like to welcome also His Highness Sheikh Nasser Al Mohammed Al Ahmed Al Sabah, the Prime Minister of the State of Kuwait, President Saltos of Latvia, and His Excellency Sheikh Hamad bin Yassim bin Jaber Al Thani, the Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of the State of Qatar. Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, when we met 18 months ago, you immediately embraced the idea for this summit and extended your hospitality. Yet another great demonstration of Qatar's commitment to global affairs. I also would like to welcome His Royal Highness Haakon of Norway, the Crown Prince of Norway, the chair of the Young Global Leaders Global Redesign Task Force, which was so essential to elaborate the proposals for our meeting here. In addition, it is a special pleasure to say, as a word of thanks to the members of the government of the State of Qatar, and here I would like to thank Mohammed Abdullah Al Umaihi, the Assistant Foreign Minister of Follow-up Affairs of Qatar, who has been such a valuable partner in preparing this meeting. I also, with immense gratitude, it is with immense gratitude that I thank our 4 patron governments, Qatar, Singapore, Switzerland, and Tanzania, for having had the foresight and the commitment to partner with the World Economic Forum to make the global redesign process not only possible, but also successful. As you see, we have chosen governments who are not part of the G20, but who are globally considered to be influential and creative movers on the international scene. This is a very special occasion and a milestone event in the history of the World Economic Forum. Over the past year, thanks to your active engagement, the World Economic Forum has facilitated a global multi-stakeholder dialogue on the future of international cooperation. Our purpose has been to stimulate a strategic thought process among all stakeholders about ways in which international institutions and arrangements should be adapted to contemporary challenges of the 21st century. This meeting summarizes and interprets the significance of the global redesigning proposals that the forum's many communities have developed in response to all those challenges. The proposals to create or to improve existing international cooperative structures and arrangements address a wide range of international economic, social, sustainability, and security issues. And I would like to thank particularly the over 1,500 people assembled in our Global Agenda Councils who have contributed to the proposals, to the ideas which we discuss today and which we will discuss tomorrow. But equally important to the Global Agenda Councils was the input from our young global leaders, the next generation, but also from our social entrepreneurs and from our industry partners. As the work of the past year has shown, the efforts of all stakeholders are required to adapt the international system to our increasingly interconnected and interdependent world. This has been a cross-cutting effort that has drawn on nearly every aspect of our capabilities and inspired us to pursue our mission of improving the state of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, some weeks ago I read a poem that was recently published by the Qatar Foundation in The Economist. I was struck by this poem because it embodies so well the spirit of our hosts here, and at the same time it embraces so much the spirit of this global redesign initiative. And for this reason I would like to read you the poem. Think. Few things possess more power than a thought, because a thought has the potential to become something significant, to solve something meaningful, and to inspire us to achieve great things. What makes the thought so powerful is that it can be created by anybody, at any time, from anywhere. That's why thinking should be encouraged and nurtured in all its forms, no matter how small or how impossible grand. Because wherever thinking happens, big ideas follow, minds become enlightened, knowledge grows, and people discover new ways to unlock their potential. So start thinking. And that's what we want to do with the Global Redesign Initiative. But we do not want to stop with thinking. We want to be a catalyst for action. And I have now the great honor and pleasure to invite His Highness Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar, to address us.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of God, the Almighty, the Merciful, Highnesses, Excellencies,
السيدات والسادة الحضور الكرام.
ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I would like to welcome you all in the state of Qatar. We are glad to have you participate here in this important conference that will discuss the results of the study of the global initiative, the Global Redesign Initiative launched by the World Economic Forum. We welcome the efforts of hundreds of experts who put their work and activities at the service of the Global Redesign Initiative. We think that the results they have reached are important and add to the global system that has developed through history. We ask all stakeholders to cooperate and unite their efforts in order to translate their results into reality and to be able to join the realities of the ongoing development and the main challenge of humanitarian issues and affairs. First, our visions to establish a new global design with the United Nations system in all its political, economic, social, cultural, and legal instruments and organizations. We think that this system is the fruit of the nation's experiences through 3 centuries of war and peace, and in times of crisis. Second, our visions to reach a new global design adapted to the necessity of the national state and the role of the state in the protection of the centers of progress and development. In fact, we think that the national state was successful in its role. However, it wouldn't have been successful if it was isolated and if it lacked self-confidence. For this reason, while we are rethinking a new global design, we should distinguish between the establishment of any new design and the management of the action within the design. The disbalance in the world can be attributed to mismanagement and the accumulation of action obstacles inside systems and regulations. Although we do believe that these regulations and systems, whether the United Nations system or the national state system, need reforms and evaluation in order to go back to their reason of existence. As to the markets and the disbalance in these markets, as we are witnessing today, it is obvious that the main problem is not the idea of global market, but the mismanagement and the lack of control. Dear guests, we want a global design that would give equal opportunities to all and provide all stakeholders with justice. We think that there is no alternative to the global market idea, but the global market should respect the laws of the market and put aside the selfish interests of different forces and stakeholders. We wish you a success. Peace be upon you.